Hello everyone and welcome back to Jubilante's Direwolf 20 Season 6 Let's Play Along series. Last episode we finished up the Ender Farm. I hooked up the extra fluiducts now that the boiler is like max temperature here, and it seems to be working pretty well. Every now and then I throw a little in here because I get some XP from emptying that out, and it looks like it's keeping up with these engines, so that's good. We got some extra power going. But I did have to update the Ender Farm because it turned out after a little bit of testing, this room was in fact too small, so they were actually spawning like in my engine room and stuff through the wall. So what I did was I made this a 9x9 area, and I added these fans that when turned on will push the mobs. So this is the fan switch. They'll push the mobs towards the center over here because the grinder is only a 5x5 area, so I could have just let them wander around and hopefully eventually come over here, but I didn't want to risk the Enderman teleporting away. So we've got fans that push them from this way, and then they couple on the sides that push them in towards the middle, and so they get pushed in and murdered. And all of these are on separate switches now, so we have the spawner, the grinder, and the fans. And we have these cool little lights. I think these cage lamps are kind of neat. I could have put like glowstone or something in the wall, but I don't know. These are kind of cool. And by glowstone I meant redstone lamps or whatever. But anyway, so yeah, it works pretty well. I ran it for about 5 minutes or so, and I already have about 60 ender pearls. 67. So yeah, I can switch it on real quick if you guys want to see everything on. You can kind of see it through here. Of course, and I don't really want to look at the Enderman directly, right? See, they all get pushed towards the back, and the grinder kills them. Yep. And it works pretty fast. Let's turn the spawner off, make sure they're all dead. We can turn the other things off. So yeah, that's the Enderman farm. Now I've got some extra space over here. This was going to be the Cursed Earth farm. It doesn't need to be quite as big because the Cursed Earth I'll just put in the ground. I'll have some grinders in the wall. I made sure this was 10 deep, so it should be, 5x5, 5x5. 2 grinders can handle it. And then over here is another 9x9 area that I'm planning on putting a villager spawner. It would essentially be the exact same setup as our Enderman farm, but of course with villagers and a slightly different way to commit murder. So yeah, I was thinking of getting around to that today, since I do want to eventually make the ender quarry. You might remember way back when I first set up the quarry, I wanted to make an ender quarry, but the whole reason I didn't was because I was short on, you actually need some enchanted books to be able to craft it, and I think, was it emeralds, or was the emeralds just for the enchanted books? But anyway, it's a little complex to make. We need lots of ender pearls, we need lots of these enchanted books. I think I do have a number of extra enchanted books right now, since I've been doing a lot of enchanting, getting a lot of really crappy ones. So we might be able to do that, but my other quarry is still running. That second one I set up, it's still going, chugging along out here. So I figured the ender quarry can wait just a little bit because we're doing pretty good on materials. See, we're getting a lot of iron and stuff. So first things first, the whole reason we did the ender pearls was because I wanted to put flight in my suit. So here's the jetpack. It requires 4 ion thrusters. So if we search the ion thruster, it takes 2 force field emitters per one. So we need 8, I think. Yep, and then we'll need 8 solenoids, 4 advanced circuits, and 4 advanced machine casings. This thing is crazy expensive. Let's make sure because I think these use up solenoids, so if I told it to make solenoids, it would probably just use them up while crafting the force field emitters. I also need to make some extra force field emitters just to put armor in my suit, because you'll see down here I only have not full armor, so I would like to up that as well. So is this even close to done yet? Not really. Alright, I'm going to craft all the components needed for these ion thrusters off camera, and I'll be back when I have them ready. Alright guys, I've got the 4 ion thrusters, so let's install this. Awesome. And I think, sure, we'll make the thrust pretty high. And then the other thing you do need as well, which makes this a lot better, is the flight control in your helmet. The verticality gives you, essentially, you could change it two ways. If you leave it at 0%, it's more like creative mode flight, where you just go up and down. It doesn't matter which way you're looking. Whereas if you change this to about 100%, it's more like it thrusts in the way your character is looking. So I usually like it more like creative mode flight. So now I can just up. With this, it's actually Z is down, which I like a little bit better, because then I can actually shift click when I'm crafting and building stuff without, flying down. So then the last thing we need to do is make a key binding for this. We might want it something else. I don't even know what keys. Let's take that one off for now, and we'll put the jetpack on I. So we should be able to turn the jetpack off when we don't want to fly. We can toggle it on with I and fly around. And it uses up a bit of energy, but I'm doing pretty good. And yep, so that's awesome. Now we have legitimate flight. Legitimate flight. I can stop bat forming all the time. Well, except when I need to fit into small places. I also want to go ahead and upgrade this with probably, add a few more batteries, a bit of armor. You can put night vision in here. There's just so many things. I'm going to go ahead and add a few more off camera, since I'm sure there's plenty of things I can add to my suit to make it pretty cool. And I'll be back when we're ready for the next thing. So to get the villager farmer going, I created the smeltery bricks, and we're gonna make an area for it, just like Direwolf did, and I think it was episode 62 of his play along. Basically, you can melt villagers down for emeralds. So yeah, it's kind of mean, but it's super effective. So what can you do? So we're gonna build a little hole down here for the smeltery to go, and then we'll build the controls for it back in this area probably. So let's see. Oh, actually, I needed to do that one up. Oh well, not a big deal. Okay, and we'll have a couple of drains. Oops, I think we actually have to face these this way. And then a controller. Oh, I didn't make the controller. Let me see if I can manage to make that real quick. I did teach the system how to make the seared bricks, so I'll cook some up real quick. I think all you need is a controller. Do we need a... I guess we need a tank as well. I honestly have no idea. I'll go ahead and make one. I'm gonna assume we need some lava in there. I don't think it will use up much, but honestly, I don't know. Alright, so we should have all the pieces in place. It's working when this is, able to, it's lit up. Let's take those out. Do I have lava in here? No. Okay, I'll grab some lava later, but essentially what we need to do is now, actually, and I guess we don't want these side by side, technically. So let's put the controller in between. So what we're going to do is, over here we'll have the basin that will take the emeralds out. So this will pull emeralds out. This side is actually going to pull liquid out and put it back in every so often, so that, because at least according to Direwolf, there's a bit of a bug where it needs liquid in here in order for it to work. Just a slight bit of liquid of any kind, I think. So let's, oop, I have no idea what key bindings I just hit. So let's take a gold nugget and we'll turn any eye back on. Oops, I should probably grab some lava buckets. Let's see. Or at least a bucket of lava. I think I have some lava. Oh, I definitely have an ender tank over here. So we'll toss a couple of those in there. And then if we go to the controller and toss this nugget in, once it melts, it should create a liquid in here, and then it'll burn us if we go in. So now the thing is, we want to servo this and this as well. And of course this one needs to be an output as well. And then we're going to need fluid filters, and Direwolf spends forever trying to get the you know, like a bucket of fluid or something, but I'm just going to cheat this in because I don't have that kind of patience. So let's grab liquefied emerald bucket. Need an empty hand. And then we just tell this that's what it's going to pull out, and it's whitelisting it. This one we should blacklist emerald because we want it to switch anything else but. I think that's the way it should work. And hopefully, that tiny bit of liquid in there, it should hopefully work. And then we'll need a timer for this. That'll probably take me a minute to get together. Let's see. Timer. Let's actually encode this. Oh wow, I'm actually out of coded patterns. Let's see how many quartz I have. I have a good bit. Okay, so oh, I have 12 in here still. Make a bunch more. Alright, throw the timer in here. I think I have some of the things. See, I already have the cathode and stuff. Let's tell it to make a timer and see what it's missing. That's probably the easiest way. What is it missing? A pointer and an anode. So I think it should be able to craft the rest of that. Cool. Now we have a timer. Take that. And oh, I'm getting blood in here already. Yep. But that should be fine because this is gonna swap out the liquids no matter what, and you know, eventually it'll, I think we need to do it like this and it that way. So it should essentially switch. See how it's switching the liquids every so often? That's pretty good. 2 seconds is good. If I could eventually remove that actually, you know what would work? What might be fun is doing like a void pipe or something for the blood, because in case we get blood in there. Let's see. Fluid ducts. I still have fluid ducts and servos. Let's see if we have a... I don't know if this will pump out automatically. We'll see. If we can't void it, then we can kind of let it fill up that tank for a minute. I guess I will also need to cheat in a bucket of blood for the filter. So what I'm going to do is over here put a tank. Let's just like up that for a bit. And then we're gonna servo this. And we're gonna waitlist blood. I'm gonna take that back down. And the blood gets drained in here. It's cool. I hope. And we might want to also blacklist blood in this one. So we don't want blood to go back in. Let's make it maybe a 5-second interval, so it has time to travel. Cool. And let's see if this void pipe will work automatically. Kind of have a feeling it won't. Oh, it doesn't even connect. Yeah, I would probably need the pump pipe. I think we can just leave that there. It's going to hold 16,000 millibuckets, and that gave us 10, so we can probably worry about it when the time comes. Let's kind of close this area up. Hopefully we won't get any kind of mob spawns or anything. Shove a torch down here. Oops. Okay, so that's part one. I did already grab a safari net with a villager in it. So we've got that piece. Let's toss some of this stuff away. And then we'll also need, I don't think I made the spawner. There we go. Did I make the spawner? I don't think I did. So, another auto spawner. Not that one. Oh yeah, magma crate. What's that? Auto spawner. Ready to go. Of course, unfortunately our supply of mob essence is still not doing great, but we'll hopefully get this ready. And then I'm just gonna, I'll set up some fans. So the goal is to essentially have fans all around the edge that'll push the villagers into this pit of despair, and we will get emeralds out of them. It'll turn them into liquefied emerald. We'll pull that out back there. We'll need to suck that into our ME system. So I'm going to get some of the stuff that you've already seen me do with the other one set up in here, specifically the mob essence and all that. I'll get the fans put in with the redstone cable stuff, and we'll put the final touches on it, and I'll be right back. Another part of this I forgot to explain is we do want a drawbridge, which I hope I did the pattern here correctly. Cool. So these, you can essentially make them, they can extend, oops, that makes it look like a certain block, so I can make it look like cobblestone. But if I throw a few blocks in here, I have no idea what that does. I don't know what that click does, but anyway, if I give it a redstone signal, it should extend out however many blocks it had. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. So if we take these, oh yeah, and they remember their inventory when you break them, which is kind of cool. So if we take these and put them all here, and here's where we can actually use our jetpack. And we want to give them 3 of these and make it look like this as well. can essentially close this pit. Right, I'm not cheat flying anymore. We can essentially close this pit if we extend them like that. It's pretty cool, huh? So we'll give it a redstone signal from below, and that'll be our method to close the pit. Oh, and one other thing we want is a trading post. This is from Extra Utilities, which will allow you to see all possible trades from villagers nearby. So we can actually use this in case we want to trade with them instead of murdering them. You know, if we're feeling nice that day or something. So we'll put this probably just right outside the door. And that would allow us, see, no villagers found in range right now, but that's fine. So I already hooked up the mob essence. I still need to run the power cables, and then I need to get all the redstone in place and some fans, and I'll be back when we're ready to test. Alright, I finished up the room. I figured out the lights thing and went ahead and finished up the rest of the room. I did have a little bit of an issue, which I think happened in Direwolf's video as well. Basically, the pipes that pull the mob essence out of the grinders will actually cause light to come into the room through the covers. So what I ended up doing was this. You notice in the back there I have another drawbridge, and it releases some blackout curtains to cover up that wall, so it makes it perfectly dark in there, because without the blackout curtains there's actually enough light in this area that the mobs don't spawn nearly as fast. Let's turn the grinders on, and they should start dying soon. Yep, there they go. And basically this is a good way to get some mob essence. As you can see, I left it running for a little while. We were up to about 48,000. I mean, that's, you don't get it crazy fast, so I'm actually thinking I might want to eventually build an even bigger mob farm with a ton, essentially this, but in much bigger area, because I have a lot of cursed earth left, so I could do that. You notice we have a ton of liquid XP for enchanting. Yeah, I think we're doing pretty good. So I know this episode's been a little long, so I'll go ahead and wrap it up. I guess one other thing I could point out real quick is I actually put a, oh my goodness, a trash can up here with some fuzzy export buses. So essentially these will export all the armor and crap that mobs drop and immediately delete it, because I don't really want all this chain armor and gold armor and all that crap taking up my taking up space in here, so it'll all get deleted. Now actually I set it to split at 99% damage, so it won't delete things that have full durability, like when I need regular bows to craft with, because those are used in dispensers and stuff. So yeah, basically I think that should work out pretty well. Yeah, so I'm gonna wrap it up. Next episode, I think we can finally make the Ender Quarry, now that we have a good supply of mobs, ender pearls, and mob essence, and books, and enchanting, and all sorts of things. I think we can make that next episode. So that will probably be what we'll work on. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I hope you enjoyed the episode.